Hello lovelies, welcome to narcfreeformula. My name's Freedom, thank you for joining me. Today I wanted to talk about a really interesting topic. Well, I think it's interesting. Why the narcissist goes from one person, so one source of supply, to another so easily. So this would be for anyone who is either freshly out of a narcissistic relationship or someone who is kind of still wondering, how they went from how the narcissist went from being in a relationship with them to someone either very different or just someone kind of really unexpected. Because a lot of times I hear people saying, his new supply is just so different from me, or so low grade, from compared to me. So it's a bit of a phenomenon, and there is actual reasoning behind it. So I've got 3 points today. Let's jump into it. So the first point, and if I'm looking down, it's because I've got notes. The first point is that narcissists project onto their sources of supply, just like they, create this kind of false construct and false personality of theirs, so their mask that they wear. So when they go out into the world, they literally kind of put all these pieces together and pretend to be that person or that thing. So they do the same thing with their sources of supply. It's a strange thing. So they could essentially, especially when they do the downgrade, what they're doing is they're taking a source of supply, someone who, is maybe doesn't really have a personality of their own, maybe is young, maybe is naive, taking that person and then projecting personality traits and kind of backstories and a whole lot of things onto that person. So in the narcissist's mind, they've created this person to be so much more than they really are. But the flip side of that is, well, there's two things. One, they did it to us too, right? So they literally projected personality traits and things like that onto us. So if there was things that they didn't like about us, they either ignore that or, like I say, spin it, twist it, rewrite it in their own brain like it's just, it's not a thing. It doesn't exist. Reality and the narcissist do not go hand in hand. They are, they live in this la-la land, this bizarre reality where if they think something to the narcissist, if they think it, it is real. So therefore, if they imagine that this new supply, is so much better than the former or current supply, then, they will make the shift between the two and do it very easily. Because this brings me to point number 2. Because narcissists run like a little tally. When you're with them, there's this little tally. I'll put a link to a video here called the naughty and nice list. That's what I call it, right? The narcissist throughout the entire relationship with you has been running a tally, a naughty or nice list. But the trick is you don't get to be nice. You just get to be naughty. So you're the naughty part of the list and they're the nice part. So in the narcissist's mind, every time they do something good, they make a little mental note of that. So it's tick into their nice part of the list. Every time you do something bad, they'll make a mental note and remember that on the naughty bit. Okay? They don't do any naughty stuff. It's all just nice, and you only do bad stuff. You're naughty. You never do the nice things, which is why you can do so much for them and they'll forget about it just like that, because they took no mental, no remembering of it, no mental note. They just don't care when you do good things. In fact, it kind of annoys them. Anyhow, I'm getting a little bit distracted. So, because this naughty nice list, they've got a whole stack of things you've done wrong, alleged things you've done wrong. And look, some of these things, I've said this before, some of these things could be as ridiculous as you looked at them the wrong way. Over the dinner table, you looked at them the wrong way. Now, a normal, non-disordered person would not take something like that to heart wouldn't obsess about it. Whereas a narcissist will be like, who the fuck does she think she is? Giving me those dirty looks. Giving me dirty looks. What have I done wrong now? This is the kind of stuff they think, right? Like I said, this will go on the naughty list. And so when it's time for them to transition onto their new partner, to monkey branch across to their new partner, this is all the stuff that they will be reminding themselves of, they'll be reminding you about how you've done all these things wrong. And so in their mind, you have less value now, and the new supply is looking so much better now. They also do this crazy thing, and it's really quite short-sighted, but they're narcissists. They do this thing where they literally could have 90% of what they want in a partner, right? 90%. But, there's that 10% missing. So they're like, going out into the world trying to find that 10%, and then they find that 10%. They're like, yay, I finally found that 10% that I was missing, right? So off they go with missed 10%, and they leave the 90%, the woman that they had 90% with, right, off with this 10%. And at first it's all like, oh yay, I got my 10%, everything that I've wanted, I finally got, and then over time, reality starts to kick in. The narcissist starts to look at their new source of supply and realize, oh, hang on, I gave up 90% for 10%. Now, this is where their imagining comes in, right? Because that's embarrassing for a narcissist, because they realize other people can see that. Right, so that kind of thing is embarrassing for the narcissist. Their public persona and their public image is important to them, even though they brag that it's not. It absolutely is. Right, they need other people to be talking them up, saying good things about them, admiring them, wanting what the narcissist has. Right, so when the narcissist starts to realize, oh, I traded a 10% for 90%. I played myself. So now they're in this position where they have to talk up this new supply. They have to, in their own mind at the very least, make the new supply bigger, bolder, better than it actually is, because otherwise they will look stupid. They will look stupid. So until they finally get to transition onto new supply, which might take a while. For some of these blokes, especially as they get older, it's not so easy anymore. They don't have that many opportunities to find sources of supply, right? So it might take them a while, but the new sources of supply is out there somewhere, right? So the narcissist, for the meantime, just has to deal with the fact that they've played themselves, they're stuck with this 10%, and so, like I said, they'll just create an illusion in their mind, and they'll tell other people about how happy they are with their 10%. All right, the third and final thing is the breakup and the introduction of new supply gives them the opportunity to manipulate both you and the new supply, right? So normal, healthy, non-disordered people don't go from one relationship straight to another. They take time to heal in between. They take time to think about, what actually went down. They take time to grieve and mourn the loss of the relationship, or if they, were trying to get away from it, then they take time to heal, essentially. Right? That's what normal, healthy people do. When you see a narcissist monkey branch, so from one person to another, right? And if you want to know about monkey branching, there's a video right here. Monkey branching from one person to another, right? That's a sign, obviously, of how disordered they are, and the, just the way their brain works. They can literally be with someone for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and then, boom, straight onto a new thing. This one's totally forgotten about, because this one is no longer acting the way the narcissist wants them to act. You've got to remember, to the narcissist, we are not fully functioning people. We are not fully formed people with dreams and goals and histories and relationships with other people. The narcissist sees us in a very kind of one-dimensional way. Like we are only, in the narcissist mind, we exist solely for them, to make them happy, to do what they want. So when you stop making them happy and you start acting up, you're not fulfilling your role, that is when they look to replace. okay? Because they realise that you're breaking down as a source of supply. So as a source of energy, essentially, you know, you're someone who's giving them all your time, all your energy, you're propping them up. But once you start not being able to give them that, you know, and you start breaking down, essentially, they will look to replace you. Just like if your vacuum died. You know, your vacuum starts to die, you're like, oh, mental note, got to get a new vacuum. This one's not going to last that much longer. Vacuum dies, buy a new vacuum, boom, old one's gone. You don't even think twice. You're certainly not, oh God, I wish I had a new vacuum. No, you have a new vacuum and it's doing the job of the old vacuum. You know, and that's the reality. That's how narcissists view us. And as for personalities and relationships and stories and, you know, goals and plans, they don't care about any of that stuff anyhow. So like I said, it's quite easy for them to create an illusion in their own mind, you know, create this personality type, you know, and just put it on this new supply. It doesn't matter. It's, as I said, it's all an illusion anyhow. The relationships that they're having with people, you know, they're not deep. They might last time, but they're not deep. They're not deeply rooted. They're not deeply connected. All right, let me just check my notes just quickly. All right, lovelies. Oh yeah, so one more thing. It's like a kid. So a kid, right, who's got this much loved teddy bear, but then, you know, Christmas time comes and they get this awesome new teddy and it does all kinds of amazing tricks. You know, and the old teddy doesn't do those tricks. So this new teddy is like the bee's knees. They've forgotten about poor old Ted, you know, he's in the back of the toy box. And their new teddy is all they think about, right? That's kind of what narcissists are like. Easily distracted. Like I said, they don't really have this kind of staying power. They're certainly not loyal or committed, and they certainly don't ever think, oh, she did all these good things for me. She stood by me through this. She helped me get, you know, that. She helped me with that problem. She helped me grow my business, or, you know, all the things that you did for them. Narcissists will never acknowledge those things. Like I said, remember the list, the naughty, nice? Yeah, it's just all the things that you've done wrong. So to swap you out with another person is really quite easy. You know, it's all just, like I said, it's just a trick of the mind. All right, lovelies, I hope this helped. Thanks for listening. Bye.